Gang, welcome to another Level Up video slash podcast. Today we're going to get into a very interesting question that was asked over on Instagram, which is regarding like what do top performing coaches have in common versus not performing coaches, but essentially like what makes a really epic coach, okay? Especially when it comes down to like business, okay, and strategy. So I've written down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullet points. I'll expand on each and every single one of them, but they all kind of have a similar theme, okay? So what do top performing coaches have in common? And I'm going to reference a few of my clients just so you can have a look at their Instagrams and just see what they actually do on a daily basis, so you can take like little tips and trips off them. Now understand, when you're looking at someone from an external viewpoint, you don't have the intricacies of being inside the business, so you don't know all the like moving cogs. It's what I see on Instagram all the time, is people try to copy other people's marketing strategies, and it's like, it didn't work. It's like, well, yeah, no fucking shit, because you can't see all of the details inside the actual service itself, okay? Or you can't see all like the follow-up processes and the SOPs and stuff like that. But nevertheless, so first one I've written down is patience and persistence. Okay, so they are persistent in actions that they do on a daily basis, but they understand that they can't build an epic business in 3 weeks. Okay, and there are mentorships on Instagram nowadays that will promote this like quick pace, fast acting business growth, which is absolutely fantastic. But a lot of the really high performing coaches, it's taken like months, years, decades to build a really solid business. It's not going to take 90 days. It's just not going to happen, unfortunately. So yeah, the first thing I basically went through is like patience. So patience, knowing that they're doing the things right now that will help build a business in a year's time, in 6 months' time, in a decade's time, okay? They're not doing something right now, so they're not like making a video like this and expecting 600 clients to come to them. It doesn't happen like that, right? So they're very persistent in the actions that they do on a daily basis. They're very consistent, but they're also very patient. There's almost like a fine balance of, I want to grow the business, but I've also got patience, okay? And that's a skill. But the funny thing is that skill is actually adopted in bodybuilding coaches, because when you look at bodybuilding or just like any sport in general, it's a game of delayed gratification, which is the same thing in business. Okay, so yeah, it's why a lot of the top performing coaches that I see they've all come from like a bodybuilding slash competitive athlete type background. Like you can go towards like Hyrox, for example. One of my coaches, Steve. He's Steve Fidget. He is unbelievable. He'll showcase kind of results. He'll showcase himself having the Hyrox, doing a Hyrox. So he's got like elements of walk the walk. He's a really fucking great athlete himself, but he gets people insane results. Okay, and he's what I would class as really consistent, persistent, but understanding that what he's doing right now, we're trying to grow the biggest Hyrox business from my aspect, but he's trying to be like a global phenomenon when it comes down to the Hyrox space. And if he keeps doing what he's doing and just being patient with it, but being persistent in terms of just creating fucking epic results, he will get there. But it's not going to happen like that, okay? Because it takes time, okay? Same with being like a bodybuilding coach. You can't be the world's best bodybuilding coach coaching one person to stage once. It's like over a period of time, okay? That's how you build brand reputation. So the second one I put is every lesson, or every failure has a lesson attitude. And what that basically means is that if we tried something and it didn't work, it's not like this is fucking terrible, this is shit. There's always like a lesson underneath it. Like I've made this move here, I've had this action here, and it hasn't worked. Instead of being like, oh, I'm a failure, I'm a prick, it's like, why didn't it work? Like, it's almost like a diagnostics case. It's like, but why hasn't this worked? It should have worked. Why hasn't it worked? And if you come at it from the viewpoint or the standpoint of that, that's how you win in business, because you are, again, patient, but you're also learning along the way, which is the biggest business trait in the whole entire world. Every failure that I've ever had in business, I haven't taken it to heart. I've assessed why. So the reason why I think that I'm pretty good in business is because I don't get stressed about if something doesn't work. I'm actually okay with it because I'm learning all the time. Okay, and some of the biggest lessons you will learn in business is literally through failure. So failing. Why isn't someone like I did a group coach program? Why is no one here? So it's all about learning and learning and learning, and also having the ability to learn. So being okay with being told what to do. So like lowering ego, so you can start to learn. Okay. So not being the one where you're literally just like, oh, I'm just gonna learn it all by myself. Oh yeah, it's alright. I'll hire a mentor when I've got 10 clients. Oh yeah, cool. Like I'm at 20 clients. Yeah, I reckon I'll get to 30. Then I'll hire a client. Hire a business coach. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah, but like some of the best performing coaches in the whole entire world, they all listen. They are outstanding at listening. Adam Powell is an absolutely fantastic example of this. Okay, absolutely insane coach, but he'll literally ask me a question. I will tell him what he needs to do. He will go away and do it, and then his business fucking grows. Okay, like if you adopt patience, persistence, you have the ability to listen. You treat every failure as a lesson. If you do that, you are going to be a really, really, really high level coach. Okay. Speed, I put as number 3. So if I say, go and do this, it's not done in 8 weeks. It's done in like 2 days. And the other one kind of links to it is it's done with speed, but also quality. So speed is great, but it can also get met with shite quality. So if it's quality met with speed, my word, because you're always going to be like 10 fucking 20 steps ahead of your competition because you're better at the thing than them. So the quality's there, but also you can deliver it twice as quick, right? You got to understand, if you can, let's just give an example here. If you can create 10 lead magnets in 10 days, whereas someone else delivers 10 lead magnets in 2 years, who do you reckon builds more trust with their audience quicker? Yeah. And this is the thing. Everything in business, you could be on to like the 17th offer of the whole entire year while someone's just made one offer. And if it's done at high quality, your business is going to grow, okay? So 3 and 4 is speed and quality. And number 5 is a huge element of walk the walk, okay? If you go onto my Instagram page and you look at any client of mine, I'll say this in a really nice way, but they're not fat, they're not overweight, they're not fucking eating Greggs every 3 days, they're not eating Ben and Jerry's every fucking night. They are walking the walk, they're showing their fucking following that they are really epic at their job, they're showing that they're an athlete themselves, they're not just telling people what to do and they're not doing it themselves, they're not being hypocritical. So when people say like, oh yeah, like your body isn't your business card, no, you don't need the most insane rig, but you need the ability to show people that you are walking the walk indefinitely. Okay, so patience, as in this thing is going to be built in a year, a decade, right? They have persistence. They treat every failure as an opportunity to learn. They actually have the ability to learn. They're not stubborn. They move at speed. Everything in business is done at speed, but it's also being met with quality, okay? And then there's a huge element on walk the walk. Again, if you go over to my Instagram page, The Coaches Trainer, and you just have a look at the people who have double business, 3x business, 6x MRR, they've all exploded their business. They all have those traits. They're not in this for like quick bucks, okay? They're not in here for like, let's generate 10K in 12 days. No, they all have these traits, okay? And these traits here will build the business forever, like indefinitely. If you have these traits, it will just keep growing rather than having like a really good month and then a really shit month, okay? They all have these traits. So if you want to be a successful coach in 2025, adopt those pretty quickly too.